Welcome to the Get Published podcast, sponsored by Brodie Consulting Group. To get more information about our coaching, publishing, executive ghostwriting, and podcast production services, go to getpublishedpodcast.com. Hello, I am Paul Brodie, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Get Published podcast, where we help authors get published with a proven system that works. And today, we're being joined by Noreen Henry, who's the author of a legacy book, Interesting Fact Journal. Noreen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we are thrilled to have you. Are you ready to begin?
I am ready.
All right. Question number one. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to a first-time author who is currently writing their book?
Good question. One piece of advice that I would give is patience. It is a process to go through with writing your book, right, and then getting it published. So I say the number one advice to give is patience, because if you rush it, it won't be a great product. And for me, I've actually seen it where, like, somebody wanted their book out right away, and they did it right away, and then there was an error. So my advice is be patient with the process.
And what do you feel is the hardest part about getting published?
The hardest part. For me, the hardest part about getting published varies because from the writing the book to the process, right? So it really depends. So for me, one of my books, I wrote it in 4 days. And then another book, it took me a few years to do. So one book I published in no time, and then another one I published, it took months to get published. So this is why the hardest part varies for me.
Got it. Well, let's talk about marketing. So please share a marketing strategy that you have used in your book launches that has worked well.
Okay, marketing strategy that works well is launching a book where it's buy one, get one free for the paperback, and the ebook was priced at half price, and then I continually shared it on social media. And actually, this was my legacy book, Interesting Fact Journal. It became number one in hot new releases by doing this.
Nice. So tell us a little bit more about that process. So you're talking about giving away the Kindle with the paperback, or what combo did you utilize for that?
So hang on, sorry, repeat the question?
No, I was just wanting to get some clarification. So you mentioned that you were offering specials during the launch. So you were giving away like the Kindle version, including the paperback. What was the combo that you were doing for those specials?
Okay, so with that particular one, for the paperback, it was when you bought one, you got one free. And for the ebook, it was half price. So that was the combo. Yeah.
Perfect. And then I'm assuming you got great results on that. You mentioned your book was a hot new release, correct?
Yeah, number one in hot new releases.
Perfect. Well, speaking of books, I'd like to know what is your favorite book and what was the number one thing that you learned from it?
Okay. So my favorite book, because I'm an avid reader, but my favorite one is How to Avoid Tragedy and Live a Better Life. When I read this book, it started the transformation in my life, and it showed the deepness of our words, where our words frame our world. So that's why that's the number one thing I learned from it, is how much our words frame our world.
And for a final question, what is your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote is, "There is always hope because victorious living is possible." Because we all go through things in life, right? And so regardless of the circumstances, we can still overcome them, staying in joy, peace, and happiness. So it really depends on how we handle things that determine how our lives are. So that's why my favorite quote is, "There is always hope because victorious living is possible."
Noreen, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show. What is the best way for people to find you online?
The best way is I'm on social media. It's Noreen Henry on Facebook, Instagram, Victorious Noreen, and my website, noreennhenry.com with an extra N in the middle.
Noreen, thank you once again for being on the show, and I wish you all the best in your author journey ahead.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed speaking with you.
Thanks again for joining us today. To learn more about how to get your book published with a proven system that works, grab a free copy of my book at getpublishedpodcast.com.